Douglas! Get out of my car now!
I think that Troy would be an extremely fascinating place. That's creative.
We'll do it live.
If I find or hear the individual that has said that about me, I will pull your goddamn tongue out of the roots. Thank you very much. You are strung out.
You tell me what you need, and then we'll triple it, and we'll call it a day.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
It just sounds too exaggerated to the common person out there.
Well, good day, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Big E. Jay, how are you, my friend?
Hello, Mike. I'm just fine.
Yeah.
Pleased to be here.
Coming off the weekend. It's always nice.
A beer fest weekend.
Yes. You guys were up there at Frankenmuth.
Me and Isis were at the beer fest, but at different times.
Yeah.
Although we did run into each other in Frankenmuth.
Yeah.
We did indeed. Why are you giggling, E?
Yeah, what's so funny, E?
Nothing. Just.
Yeah, so I went up Friday night, Gab and I.
Yeah.
And we went to this.
This is unrelated. You guys you guys weren't planning to go together.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what was it called again? I couldn't. World Expo of Beer.
I know,
right?
dude. Yes.
We just kept referring it to as the beer fest.
Yeah, it's not
Whatever,
a beer
man.
festival, technically.
It's a friggin', a bunch of microbrews up there feeding you 4-ounce things, samples, and you're just getting wasted.
Yeah.
So Gab and I went up Friday night, had a good time, and then none other than the son of a bitch, as I'm eating my...
I just wasn't sure if you were going to fully
I'm
tell that
I'm
part.
sitting in the little lobby breakfast area, it's
Yeah.
just the typical
Just hungover.
Marriott type deal or whatever, where you get the free breakfast and their powdered eggs and toast
Powdered
and shit.
eggs? Really?
Yeah, they're fake eggs. So I'm sitting there getting ready to dig into my crap breakfast, and none other than the son of a bitch comes sauntering in.
Really?
We're staying in the same hotel.
Where were you coming from, E?
He was coming from DTRBM's room.
Right. Dan, the listener, Dan's room.
Wait, weren't you in Dan's room?
Yeah, but I was coming down for breakfast. Dan
Oh,
was
he was-
up, and we were
He was
both
coming down for his free breakfast.
Yes.
I thought you meant he was
Actually,
walking into the hotel.
No.
Oh, no. I was coming down for breakfast as well. Although I actually had already eaten earlier. Dan was getting breakfast.
He was coming down to disrupt Gab and my peaceful breakfast.
How would
Saturday
I
morning.
never have known? I would never have known. I did not know.
Great thing is, though, he walks in with a hat that I'd never seen. I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
nice.
what's up with your... Oh, dude, fuck! He lost his gray hat. He lost. Yes.
No.
He
The one
lost
he
his
swore he wasn't
EDM
gonna.
hat.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
In fact, we did a piece of member content that E ended up losing. It was mainly about his hat and
Yes.
how he loses all this
That's
shit.
right. He lost the member content, so no one ever knew this.
Right. So he lost the damn hat.
Although I will say it's not technically lost because I can retrieve it. I left it at the bar I did comedy with. I was doing comedy on Friday night. I left it at the bar, so I did message the guy that did the comedy. I'm like, dude, I left my hat. So
Yeah,
it's
that sounds promising. Yeah,
No, he
he'll
has
get
that.
that hat back.
He has
Sure,
it. I just gotta
sure.
drive to freaking Burton, Michigan to do it. So
To where?
Burton, which
It's
is
by
like
Flint.
by
Burton.
Flint area.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah, about
Is it worth
45
it?
minutes.
It was a
hat.
$45 hat.
I'm gonna go get it.
See, you should have taken my advice. My advice was if you see a hat you like that, you've got to buy 2 of them
You have
from
to,
now on
yeah.
because he always loses it.
I was so
pink hat.
excited to wear it around on Saturday too. It pissed me off.
Well, E doesn't like when he lost his pink hat, he was getting such a name for pink hat guy that he was happy he lost that hat.
Yeah.
You know, because he didn't want to be known as, you think of characters who are just, they get typecast, and he didn't want to get typecast as pink hat guy or orange hat guy at the Wings game, He feels like there's more to him than that.
Barely.
Barely, I know.
In fact, I'm not sure E is who we think he is. We've been touting this, E's a nice guy, he's harmless, all this shit for all these many years. Well, I was sent a video of his actions Saturday night that were a bit stunning to me. E, would you like to describe them?
I thought it was just his. I thought it was his friend's car or something. I don't know.
Oh, really? Because that would make it right?
I guess.
Members, it's in the member area.
Is it already?
It's been posted
Wow.
already. It was
That
sent
son
to
of
us
a
by
bitch, Dan.
DTRBM.
That son of a bitch for sending that, dude. The minute he told me he texted that, I was like, "Why did you text that?"
Yeah, it's
You
E.
asshole.
It's E announcing, I'm Big E from the Detroit Cast. He then proceeds to turn around and piss on the door handle of some random truck.
Yeah.
And laugh about it the whole time like a real son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's kind of an asshole move.
Kind of?
But it was funny to me, I guess.
See, all this time, he's harmless. He's a good guy.
I've never
at
said I'm
heart.
harmless
That's
by any means.
Man, that's a
Yeah.
dick movie.
Dude, if you're going to do something like that, E, you go, "Hi, I'm Eric Fady from
I know.
Lakeland High, class of 2001. Don't announce the
I
Detroit
know.
cast with you.
I know. That was ridiculous. And, Dan, the minute that's my... I mean, I did it, but I was like, the minute he
There wasn't even
texted
any
it-
egging on. Like,
The
Dan
minute-
was just standing there like, oh, God, this
The-
guy's an asshole.
The minute he texted that, I was like, Dan, why did you do that to me? Why
And what else did you do instead of, other than just peeing on the door handle? What else did you do while you were peeing? Do you remember? You tried to drink your own pee.
Oh, yeah.
What,
yeah.
like a weak water fountain?
Yeah.
Off the tap, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably could have done it if I had done it from the beginning.
Yeah, it was a weak stream at the end that you were trying to
It was a
lap at.
late effort to drink
So-
my own beer.
Did he lick the door handle? It looked like he was trying to lick the door handle. Did you maybe
No,
do
I
that
don't-
instead?
Well, I could look at it. I don't think so.
Okay. Maybe that was you were leaning over trying to
Probably.
drink.
I
Just a
think
real
that-
asshole move that I didn't expect out of him.
Yeah, I would expect more too.
It was... You would not, Mike.
Yes,
Jay would.
actually, no, I would because you don't seem like a harmful person.
I know,
and
it was kinda-
like I can see you taking a piss in a
It
bottle
was
and
an
drinking
asshole
it
thing,
to make
right.
people laugh around you, but
Right.
just pissing on the door handle
It
of a
was an
random stranger's
asshole,
truck is just
yeah.
kind of a dick move.
Asshole move, for
Yeah.
sure. I don't know. I did think it was funny. I'm not going to say I didn't think it was funny at the time.
Oh,
but
it was funny. I found it hilarious.
But it was an
but-
asshole move, for
yeah,
sure.
it's not cool.
Luckily, it rained a lot that night, so probably it poured rain up in...
Speaking of
Reagan
trucks, almost 150. That's how many Zott Ford has available. Right now, lease a new 17 Ford F-150 XLT Crew Cab 4x4 at just $199 a month. Yes, the number one selling truck on the planet can be yours for under $200 a month. Plus, you have almost 150 to choose from. This is only from your friends at Zott Ford and dealsinthed.com.
I give you guys a lot of credit. You guys are so much better. You guys have much better poker faces than I do. Like, I would never be able to sit on stuff like that. Like if Mike had texted me something and he's like, "Oh my God, dude, Jay did this on Friday." Like, dude, we got
You'd
him
be
or something.
giggling as soon as I
yeah,
walked in.
dude, I'd have to like just.
I didn't see a video of you banging Gab in the hotel. Nope, I didn't see that at all.
I would have to just like sit upstairs until the show. I would not. So I don't know. You guys are, and this is not the first time. You get plenty of times. We start this show as if I knew you had it. So it
Yeah,
wasn't
your
like
birthday was a good one.
But yeah, my dream thing is gone.
It's your box to hold your hopes and dreams, dude. Who was it
like
the other day? Zofia tried to throw that out, and I was like, nope. I'll take that box. I was going to put it in the trash. I was like, no. That's E's box of hopes and dreams.
But this is
Yeah, your
this is-
Polish housekeeper, man. Can we talk about that for a second?
Why? What's
She
wrong with
messes up all my important business documents. She's worse than the poos. Seriously,
she's
I come
not.
down here, and yes, my area's clean, but everything is stacked wrong. See, I have stacks where I know where shit is.
Yeah.
She messes it all up.
What is the stack that's
She
out of
takes
place?
it all and makes one stack, and then I have to redo my
I
stacks.
do not understand why anything on top of the desk could ever be affected. Like, you
Well,
know,
I didn't know this was an issue. I mean, I could.
She has it on
sco-
the list.
Do I need to scold?
The checklist is, I must do all surfaces, and so she has to take all this shit
surfaces.
off.
I guess
and
that meant, I got you.
then it becomes one pile. I don't want one pile. I want my 8 piles exactly
You
like
need
I
your
have
reads
them.
pile, your emails pile, your today's show notes
My
pile,
other important business document pile.
a random wood shoe pile.
Yeah. My sweet pie kid art pile.
Yeah, look at all that cool stuff. No, E, by the way, I don't like that. When Jay started doing that read a minute ago, you leaned back and went, fucking Dan.
Oh, no. I'm just.
No. I heard you grumbling, Dan. That's like if I kill someone and Jay turns me in and I go, fucking Jay.
Oh, no, dude.
Fucking asshole.
I'm not blaming
It's like,
him.
no, dude.
No, I'm not blaming
You
him.
were
I'm just in my mind.
You
I'm
were
just,
in public. You
Right.
pulled out a video.
In my mind, I'm just kind of like, I'm just. No, you're right.
You
dude.
cursed Dan. I heard you do it under your
know,
breath.
I know.
So don't act like you didn't curse Dan like
I'm
this
not
was a
saying-
Dan problem.
It's not a Dan problem. You're right. In my mind, though, just like I said, I remember the minute he texted, I'm like, Dan, what do you do? Why would you do that to me, Dan?
It was malfeasance, and it's caught on video, and it's in the members area if you like to see it.
Yeah.
You'd like to see E peeing on something.
Yes.
But overall, E, what'd you think about the Expo?
I did like the Expo.
Yeah, as Expos go.
For sure.
Did you get shitty? Obviously, you did.
Yeah, but I mean, I remembered everything, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, Gab and I opened the gates at 5, and I will say this: I don't
5
think
p.m.
I
You
don't
were
think,
there on probably the more serious day I've got, because I just feel like, because probably like I could see some of the real serious guys considering Saturday like amateur day,
right,
maybe,
I could
or
see
something.
that too.
So,
So we got there at 2:33, so we did a little bit of pre-drinking. I probably wouldn't do that next time.
Dude.
There's no need when you're about to go.
Pre-drank before the
Yes.
World Expo of beers.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
And we didn't eat. That was the problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jay, this is like rookie rules
I know,
you're
man.
breaking here.
We were having fun,
yeah,
So
yeah.
Meeting? I said a meal.
yeah, I needed a meal before we met. But we opened the place, and you get these little, what is it, 4 ounce maybe, a little
Yeah,
mug.
probably.
And then you buy tickets, and you go exchange a ticket for a sample.
Yeah.
And we made our way around. And
What is the
dude,
mug for? Do you drink out of that
yeah,
mug all day?
The whole time you drink out of that mug.
Really?
Yeah.
So they just refill that mug for you
Yep.
with a different beer. Okay.
Yeah. And there's little water coolers that you can rinse it out if you want and all that.
Nice.
But dude, I'm telling you, if you looked at my tweets, you
Yeah, I
knew
did.
that within an hour and a half, yeah, we were feeling it. I think we were out of there by 7:15 or something.
Really? See?
Yeah, on our way to eat.
Yeah.
Like, we got to go eat a real meal, man. We ate
Yeah.
a couple sausage in there. Yeah, this isn't gonna do.
Yeah. I would have done an elephant ear probably. I imagine there's elephant ears
No,
there.
there weren't.
No?
No, just sausage type stuff.
Oh, okay. Sausages is
It's
good.
a little Bavaria, Mike.
Yeah. That's my problem with those things. When I think of like, hey, we're going to this beer tent and all day. I could do that when I was 20, when I was 16 to about 25.
Sure.
And then I just hit a point now where it's like, dude, I would have done the same thing. I might not have lasted till 7.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you start to think forward. You didn't used to do that when you were young. You start to
No.
think forward and go, all right, what's the best move here?
yeah.
I'm going to have to eat. Is it really the best choice to do this, and that? Where am I going to end up if I do 3 more of these? And
Yeah.
you just start to reason a little more.
Yeah.
It's wisdom, Mike.
Yeah.
Some might call it being a pussy. Some might call it wisdom. But whatever it was.
I don't trust myself really either to like stumble around a place at, I don't know how like that goes, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too much for me. And something about drinking outside. There's something awesome about being on the lake or the boat and doing that, but like stumbling around a place at 5 o'clock in the evening when the sun's still out. and
See,
it's like,
I love being drunk during the day.
do you?
Yes, I think day drunk is like the best thing ever.
Dude,
is your thought, because at this point you're obviously married,
Yes,
there's no
because it signals to me like, ha ha, today's just shot, whatever,
Yeah.
Well, I was
Like-
gonna say too, though, is that usually you are not staying out. You're not closing no bars down anymore.
Hell no.
Nor do you need to. Again, you have a wife, you have kids, you don't need to. So my point is like,
what does
maybe,
that have to do with closing down bars?
Well,
Is that
Lots
what
of
you're in
drunk
search
couples.
of? Is that what you're in search of ultimately as you close down a bar?
Once I get
Is
away.
that- Is that what go time is all
No,
about?
but don't you
finding
you
a
would
wife
admit
and
that if
ultimately kids?
you would admit though, don't you think if you were a single person, there's a little more of a chance? I'm not saying you would be closing down a bar, but there is that aspect of like, well, you're trying to maybe hook up with somebody. My point is though, is in your situation, you don't need to do any of that. You can get drunk in the day, have the fun of walking around, enjoying it, and then you go to bed way earlier than you would have, and then you're not feeling as bad the next day probably.
Plus, you got to factor in closet time.
Oh yeah,
So you're
that's
like,
the hardest thing to do is judge because you got to keep tabs of your own whereabouts, but also hers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If one of you is off balance there, and you get back to the room, and now you're kind of half
Becomes a
helping her
total
along,
mess.
and then it's just like that face plant into the bed, and you don't want to
sign
proceed.
here.
Don't you think that's more when you
Sign
say
this?
when you
This is starting to get a rapey feel to it here. I don't like this.
when you say watch both your whereabouts? Don't you? I mean, don't you really mean hers? Like, and I'm not saying just like because I think that it's usually the guy's always gonna want to have it. Is my point, right? Like.
Yeah, but I see your point. I think your point's a good one, E.
Yeah.
is
Like
you-
for the most part, you are going to
need
be
to-
okay. You're still going to want it in the worst case scenario.
yeah, but there's
She might
also
not.
a point where it's just like, fuck,
Yeah.
Yeah, and guys, but to E's point, we'll still try to push through, even at like
Whereas
one
I'm-
eye rolled behind our head, and help me get these pants on. Like girls don't want anything to do with you at that point.
Yeah.
There's some gamers out there who will let you attempt, but for the most part, guys will in any state, of
course.
try to go through with it. My problem with that is whenever I do the day drink, or especially like the late morning start, and you drink for a few hours, and then it's like 3 o'clock, and you're just like
yeah, you want to sleep.
blind drunk, and you want to sleep. First off, you want to eat like $60 of Taco Bell,
Yeah.
and then you want to go to sleep. And I've done this on numerous occasions where I'm half covered in taco sauce, half covered in cheese. There's a random bean where it doesn't
Yeah.
belong, and I go in the bed, and then I wake up and I like look up at the clock, and it's 1.
Yep.
And you're like, oh my God, is it 1 in the morning? Is it 1 in the afternoon? What day are we in? And I've had it even worse where I pass out at 3 and then wake up at 7, like just a few hours later.
Yes,
And it's like,
that's college right there. That's
right. But I don't like that feeling. Like, I remember it happening a few times at Riff where it was like, oh my God, it's 10 or it's 8. Look at the clock and it's 8 o'clock. And you go, oh my God, is it 8 in the morning and I'm 4 hours late for work right now? And then it's like, oh no, it's 8 p.m.
that's pretty bad, dude.
Dude, it's bad. Yeah, that would happen on St. Patty's Day broadcasts, where Derek and I we'd have a limo or something, and you'd start getting shit faced at 7 in the morning,
Sure.
and then pass out at 2, and then wake up at 8, and not know what day it is. It's a nightmare. That's
Now I got you.
I'm not a huge fan of the day drink because
See,
of that reason.
I love the day drink, but not getting that shitty. Like just
Yeah.
keeping that buzz because it just signals again to me like, I've got no responsibility today. I can just
Yeah.
drink all day.
Oh, responsible drinking. Yeah, I gotcha. That's fun.
Somewhat, yeah.
That's where. Yeah, I think that's where he
Wow,
loses.
I forget that some people drink
I know,
responsibly.
that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the hard
If
thing
you
to
throw
like.
in responsible drinking, then it can all be a lot better. Like,
Well, I'm not saying.
no, I know what you mean, dude. I don't.
Here's what I will do differently next year. I will wear a necklace of food.
The pretzel necklace.
Wait, they have food necklaces?
Yes, food necklaces, not
And
just pretzel.
nobody brought me
not
one?
just pretzel necklaces.
That
but
was just
people
the
had
most
pizza,
popular. Oh yeah.
beef
Get outta
sticks,
here.
cheese, everything just like stapled to their necklace. It's ridiculous.
Well, the pretzel does make sense, though. I mean,
Pretzel
you are-
makes a lot of
because
sense.
you're drinking, and it is a way to get something in. Feed you. Beer tends
Clear
to
the palate.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
People, you missed it in the end because obviously you weren't there on Saturday. But my sister, Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers, they all made pretzel necklaces, but his was a pretzel necklace with,
Cheese cups?
was it fish crackers?
Saltines?
No, the fish crackers. The fish
goldfish?
Oysters?
Goldfish. There we go.
What, he drilled holes in them or something?
No, he just had a
Fish
bag.
crackers?
He just had
Oh,
a
a bag, yeah.
bag of goldfish.
No, I
around
saw
his
guys
neck.
with bags of pizza, like
What do you mean pizza? Like
a
slice
slice
of
of pizza in a sandwich bag
Oh, that's
on
excellent.
a friggin' necklace.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So you responsibly wrapped up your beer day, went and got food, and then had plenty of time for non-closeted closet time.
Correct.
And E, I'm assuming you weren't nearly as
We saw the
responsible.
video of what E did.
I mean, obviously it wasn't.
E,
nearly
did you get a
as fun.
Frankenmuth hooker? Do they have
I did
those?
not. I did
They'd
not
either
go
be
on.
Mrs. Claus
I know,
or a
right?
Frauheim.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's prostitutes in Frankenmuth. There might
Didn't you?
be.
Didn't
but I
you
don't
end
know.
up at like a 7-Eleven or
I
something?
did.
at Some
Always
ridiculous
smart
hour?
to go to 7-Eleven after drinking for hours. But
So
I
Jay
was
shut it down at like 7 p.m. What time did you shut it down?
past 2. But I mean, I was with everyone in my group, DTRBM, and then another guy that was, I guess, just a fellow friend that does in the industry. And yeah, we went up and got a pizza at 2
I did
in the
not
morning.
shut it down at 7 p.m.
Is that what
I
didn't
left
think
there
that.
at like 7:15 or something. Then I went to the brew pub.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, he
That was
did.
Mike.
I
Oh,
did.
no.
I was just saying you left the beer thing at a responsible time.
That is true.
Yeah. Whereas E stayed and closed the damn thing down.
Yeah, we went to another bar after the beer fest, and then we went
What did you get at 7-Eleven?
Well, Dan got a pizza, and for some reason, I decided I wanted these breakfast burritos, and Dan didn't want them. So then I made this proclamation, and I grabbed 4 of them. I said, "Well, I'm getting them," and I bought these 4 breakfast burritos for some reason, and just to say that I could, just because I could, just to prove that
He
I
wanted
could.
to prove to Dan the Red Bull man that he could spend $30+ at 7-Eleven on breakfast burritos and something
Reese's.
else. And Reese's.
Yeah,
Did you, did you eat any of it?
Yeah, I did eat 2. I think I ate 2 of the breakfast burritos and 1 Reese's, and then the rest were just left for the room, I guess.
Yeah.
But no.
Did you have the baby poops here this weekend?
No.
What
Talk
happened?
about it. Well, the mom's in the hospital. Has all kinds of shit going on.
It's going to be a
with the mom.
bummer story. I don't
No.
want to hear about a dead poops.
No. But the little guy, he's a week old, so his eyes still aren't open. And he doesn't have the teat that he's getting used to. He's become more accustomed to the teat. And so Beth was like, I need you to, I have to work Saturday and Sunday, so I need you to, do dog duty. Like we talked about. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. And so I went over there, I don't know, Thursday or Friday I was with her. But
Laid on your side.
laid on my side.
Just let him saunter up.
And Beth is trying, because the dog's not there anymore, so she's trying to bottle feed this thing, and it's squirming, and it's not really getting the concept. And then she's got this eyedropper that barely will take. Who's making eyedroppers, by the way? Why do they all suck? They don't suck up enough fluid. It's a potential grievance in the making,
Really?
by the way. Yes,
I had no idea.
I've noticed this with a lot of those little eyedropper
Are
things.
these
'cause
Taiwanese?
I don't know what
Probably.
they are. Maybe they
Either
are.
China or Taiwan is manufacturing these. I guarantee it.
You think so? These little eyedropper
Yeah.
things?
Oh, I guarantee
Well,
it.
I remember as a kid, you could fucking eyedrop the water, just do bang to the top every time. Now it's like,
Really?
and it gets like a quarter of the way up or halfway up. Happens with my.
What's happened to the eye drop industry?
I don't know. My e-cigarettes, the liquid comes in that. And so I've got tons of examples of these eyedroppers that just won't fill
Yeah.
up properly. It's
Huh.
driving me nuts. And so this was another one. It was bent.
Did Obama change the eyedroppers like he changed the light bulbs?
Maybe. That could be it. I didn't hear about it, but it's a smaller industry than the light bulb
Yeah,
one
the
is.
toilet flush, the light bulbs, and now the eyedroppers.
Yeah, our eyedroppers are shit nowadays. So anyway, she's trying to feed this thing with a little eyedropper, and it's like, I'm looking at this going, this is going to be a fucking nightmare, because she's very patient and knows how to handle.
And you might chuck it
And I'm
against
like,
the wall.
Fucking eat, god damn it! I wouldn't do that. But I could get frustrated like that. And so as she's doing it, I'm just thinking, oh my God, this is going to take hours. I'm going to spend hours here all day trying to fucking do this thing. But whatever, it'll be fun to play with the wee poops and all that. And plus I could bring him over here, which I'd have him now. And you guys could all see her.
Right.
She's awesome. But then she called me. She was like, you know what? This is a shitload of work. And I have another girl that works at the shelter with me who's free this weekend and can do this. She's done this before. And so you don't have to worry about it. And I was like, what if I wanted to do it? I could try. And she's like, yeah, I think we should have her do it.
You think
And
there's
so-
a trust issue here, Mike, or?
I think she
sounds
just
like
knew it was there was going to be a lot of work. She will be the baby will be over here this week though,
Okay.
because there's a couple days I'm going to have to fill in at least for a couple hours. So
Hey, everybody, the Amazon link. Please use it. It's on DetroitCast.com. It's above the fold. You can't miss it. It's a great way to support the show. Click on the Amazon link. Shop as you normally do. They don't raise the prices on you at all. It's just that we introduced you to the shopping page, and so we get a bit of a kickback. So keep using that, please.
yes,
Amazon.
the body of Chris Cornell, Amazon. The body of Chris Cornell is announced is being flown back to California today, Sunday, if you're listening today, for a private funeral that will be held Friday, May 26th. Seems like a long ways, doesn't it? Is it usually that long after a body died? I would
don't
think
know.
it's like, I thought it was usually like 3 days or something, 4 days. Am I wrong about that? Well, I know what's his name went on a tour around the globe, so it's not for everybody.
Casey Kasem, yeah.
Casey Kasem, sure. But yeah, he will be interred at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Friday service is private. It sounds like they're going to have some public ones too, and those will be announced when that's decided, according to his management. And now they're saying suicide by hanging was what the local coroner said on Thursday. They're questioning the coroner's report, his family, saying that the singer intentionally took his own life, noting that he had a prescription for Ativan and may have taken a higher dosage that impaired his judgment. Without tox results, they can't say, exactly what's in his system. I don't know, man. I don't know much about Ativan.
Yeah, I never heard of it before this.
Yeah.
Anti-anxiety, I guess. So
yeah.
But all those, you always hear just the litany of potential side effects.
Mm-hmm.
Any prescription drug like that, you just assume like, oh, I don't know, get a suicidal thoughts.
Yeah. And I've heard that from, and maybe that's true of this drug as well, but I've definitely heard that with antidepressants. Like
Xanax.
Yeah, Zoloft, Xanax, those types of drugs. I've definitely heard that.
Wait,
about.
is Xanax antidepressant or is that sleeping? Zoloft. I think Zoloft is what we're thinking of.
Are we?
Whatever. One of the ones with a Z, right? E?
Yeah.
Look it up. It's with a Z.
He was on Ativan. Look up Ativan E and just see what that is too.
So I heard some report that the wife had called him, or they were talking on the phone after the show, and he sort of was stumbling through this conversation, indicating like, yeah, I might have taken 1 or 2 more doses than I was supposed to. And she was worried enough by that conversation to then, once it hung up, get on the phone with another member of the crew to go check
to get
on him.
his room.
Yeah.
Because he didn't die very long after that show.
40 minutes after, I think.
Dude. Which means he was taking that shit during the show or just before the show. And
they're both Xanax and Ativan are both you said obviously the one's for anxiety, but they're both for anxiety because it says
so Zoloft must be the sleeping
yeah
one.
Maybe because it says like Annex or Ativan, which is better for anxiety. So
just let it go. Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Xanax. Sorry.
Sorry. No, I would see that if it was an overdose of one of those drugs, but I don't know how you get from I may have taken too many doses of that, honey, to I'm putting a belt around my neck and hanging myself. Like that's the part where it's like, okay, wait a minute. That doesn't make much sense.
It's hard to predict how any one person would react to something, though, and then
and so many of those. I mean, it's a joke now in the comedy world about the litany of shit that's written on these prescription things that they expect you to read. They all cause instant death, possibly, and they're just covering their backs. Like, well, we warned you. It's right. So it's simply right there.
The Cornells bring suit against Pfizer or whoever this is.
Yeah. Well, it said on the label, you might just walk into your hotel room and hang yourself. I mean, yeah. I one of our listeners, actually, Marisa, was at the show, and she goes to all these shows.
As are a million other people who, in the next year, 10 years, oh, hell yeah, I was at the Chris Cornell show.
Kidding me? It was in Detroit. It was in my backyard. I was right there.
Totally was
Front
there.
row. I shook his hand that night.
It was at Kobo. No, it wasn't Kobo. It was...
went to 1,000 shows there.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it Joe Louis? Or
where was it?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I was there, though.
Either way, I was there, dude.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time going, something looks off with him.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong, man. I could just tell. You could see it on his face that night. From my seats, I could totally tell something was wrong. I knew. I couldn't sleep that night because it just had this weird sinking feeling all night that something was definitely wrong.
Seriously, isn't that going to be the story?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. But she sent us this video from the show, and
something seemed off, didn't it?
Yeah, and she said, "Please don't chastise my videographer," which I would have because it's shit video.
Oh,
it's
amazingly bad video.
What did she do here? Did she shoot it? I want to say she shot it landscape, but it's upside down or something.
Portrait and then realized it and turned it landscape.
Yeah, is that what happened?
Her folly.
In her defense, she didn't know he was going to die like an hour later, and that this would be used as evidence on our show. You know what I mean? Like, so we'll cut Marisa some slack there, but she's like, "Yeah, I was telling my girlfriend he sounded a bit slow last night, and then I re-listened to my video. What do you think?" And I'm like, yeah." Spoon Man. beat off. Yeah. The band sounds really good. Chris
This
sounds.
is not a Keith Bushy issue here. The band is on.
The band is definitely on. Yeah.
And that's not a stylistic issue either. Some of these live performances, you go, oh, all right, he's changing up a little bit. No, he was just half beat off.
He
Beat
just
off.
sounded fucked up.
A little bit.
What a sad story, man.
It is. He was great.
It's fantastic. As far as, I have always said, breaking news, I have so much respect for these guys with voices like that. Like
Real voices.
Like real voices. You can say what you will about Kurt Cobain, fine. He's good voice, unique voice, Axl Rose even. But when you get these guys, Lane Staley or Chris Cornell, with just like, it's a gift. It's just a fucking gift. And when you hear it, how pure and rich and powerful some of those voices are. When you lose one of those, it's not replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a wicked guitar player. No offense to a wicked guitar player, but there's a lot of wicked guitar players. There's one Chris Cornell. There's one of those guys, and to see it go down like that when his voice is still as powerful as it is. Not that it's all about voice is his identity. I'm not saying that, but it's just I thought about it all weekend. It was just like, fuck, man. You hate that something's going on with him. That I don't know, and yeah, it just sucks. It sucks. I was at that show, his final show. I don't know if you know that.
So was I, man.
Kobo, was it?
Surprised I didn't run into you. He sounded off to me. I will say that.
Yeah, he sounded off to me. There was just something when I looked in his eyes, it just didn't feel right. Anyway, I'm interested to see those Tox reports because my guess is there's more at play there than just what you're seeing there. I mean, that could be something easily where he's going down a dark road, and that's not something you're proud of, and that's not something you would want to tell your fucking wife about necessarily.
Your
and
fucking wife.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. But you wouldn't. And when you get back on that road and you can see where someone goes, I don't need that headache. I'm in the middle of a tour here. I just got to get through this, and then I can address it or something,
Right.
And she calls after a show, and you sound like that, and it's pretty obvious. Yeah, it's too bad.
I think she called him strung out, and he got really pissed.
You are strung out. If I find or hear the individual that has said that about me, I will pull your goddamn tongue out of the roots.
The roots.
Thank you very much.
Was he in the hotel room at the MGM when he made that call? By the roots! By the roots! Thank you very much. But you just know there's a bunch of 60-year-old women in the crowd. Yeah, pull his tongue out by the goddamn roots, Elvis.
Thank you very much.
Dude, that is so. The more I think about it, the more it just seems it's so weird that it was just in that hotel though. Like I don't know, just in that hotel and casino, just like forever. Like if go into that casino, you'd be like, well, this is the freaking
Chris
casino
Cornell
hotel
room.
where he killed himself.
Oh yes, we'd like to take the Chris Cornell suite, please. Do you think people are going to start making requests for
Yeah.
that?
Yes.
Oh, there'll be some weird.
Free
There's
passes.
always weirdos that want that shit.
I would.
Would you?
Really?
Yeah.
You want to stay in that room?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Me either.
I know
Maybe a
would.
ghost or something.
Some people go, I can't believe Chris Cornell died. Yeah, I stayed in the same hotel room like a week later. It was crazy.
I just want to touch base on this one more time. Ghosts,
I'm just-
fairies, Loch Ness
I'm just
Monster,
kidding.
Nessie,
I don't know.
and Yetis, was it? Or
Bigfoots.
I don't believe in any of that other stuff. Although I'm not sure about the
Lilliputians?
ghosts.
Lilliputians, I think.
What's a Lilliputian?
From Gulliver's Travel.
Which one do you believe in? Ghosts?
Possibly ghosts. I don't. I'm not really.
I'm with
sure
him,
what,
man.
I'm not sure.
Are you on Team
Yeah,
Ghost?
remember Jay said this, but I'm not
There's
sure
more
what
than
to
meets
think
the
of it.
eye, Mike.
Yeah.
There's more than meets the eye.
Dude, we have so many capabilities nowadays. To
Well,
film.
somebody build a ghost tracker.
They've built tons of them, and they find like creaking doors at weird times, and maybe a glass falls off a counter at a weird time.
They sense infrared shit, right? They sense movement and
Dude, you're
energy.
so full of shit. They
There's
don't-
energy.
If there was truly ghosts that are just like walking around your house, it'd be so easy to put those infrared cameras in there and track everything. And you
don't know what
you see some ghost walk, just like float through the front door and put his derby hat on a fucking thing, and then keep going to like walking by rooms, just going boo.
The
I'm not
assumption
saying it's
that
a
our-
guy in a sheet, okay? That's not what I'm saying.
The
I
assumption
just
that
think
our-
there's stuff going on.
The assumption that our science technology we have, you're just like, well, it should be good enough to detect paranormal.
You got it.
Paranormal activity. Maybe I got that right. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But like, dude, you don't you're talking about spirits and shit. Like, no offense, how do you know? Like, just to say, like,
Because
I mean, you're talking about something that.
Well put, E. I can't anymore say that it's real or not real than you can. However, my point is, like in the 1800s, if there was a ghost walking by and you didn't have,
you'd be like, well, we don't have the capability to figure it out.
We don't.
Yeah.
Sorry, but we know the places where people go, oh yeah, there's a ghost
Yeah, but
living
maybe
here.
we don't have a true ghost detector. Is my point. If someone
Why would you-
builds
how can you
then we can truly
make one?
detect whether there's one or not. We just
So
don't
why
have
can't
the
we build
technology.
one?
I don't
'Cause
think
you don't know how to
anybody's
make
really
one.
truly tried.
So what do you think makes a ghost stay here then?
I don't know.
Is
Mike.
it someone like me that drops dead in my house and they go, dude, it's going to take you a 60-hour walk to get to heaven, and I'm just like, oh, fuck it, can I just stay here and haunt this place?
I can't explain it all, Mike. I just think there's more than meets the eye.
I don't want to float up for fucking 3 weeks.
I don't believe in fairies, though. I will
Why?
say that.
Okay.
I'm looking
I
at one
don't.
right there. You don't
Ye-
believe in fairies, E?
No.
Is it Sasquatch? What was it
I
again?
don't believe in any of this stuff. I don't even know where this came from.
I think it's fairies, yetis, Nessie for sure. He
Yeah.
believes in Nessie.
Shh. Definitely do not believe in Nessie.
What do you think's more likely, the Yeti or the Sasquatch?
I forget, what's the Yeti technically?
Oh, it's the Himalayan version of the
So
Sasquatch.
it's the same thing?
It's a snow guy,
I believe
Yeah, the snow guy with
the snow monster.
teeth.
there could probably be something out there. I think that probably
Yeah.
there was a time when we just didn't know enough animal species. Like we didn't probably have enough science on how many animal species were out there. So I believe that maybe there was a time
And they just
that
died
they
off.
saw. Well, no, that they just somebody one time saw maybe a big ape and they just thought it was human-like or something. And now we realize that we know all the types of I don't know, or something.
We don't know even close to all the types of
No, I
animals.
know, but
I don't think apes live in the snow, do they?
No, you're right. I guess I
Yeah.
don't know.
Be a polar bear.
Yeah, I don't know.
Saw at a distance.
I don't know that I believe. I don't think that. I don't know. I
Well,
just
what,
thought,
what makes you believe in fairies then?
I never said I
Yeah,
believed in
you did.
fairies. What did I say? Believe in fairies? I
Well,
don't
there
know.
was a one of those shows I was watching. It might have been the Earth. Well, no, it was on the oceans. It was a special I was watching on the oceans on like PBS or something a couple months
The
ago.
oceans is insane.
Yeah, they are, and they were talking about this shark that we thought died out. I don't know, 30 billion years ago. Like no sign of it, gone extinct. Got its ass kicked by the great white and something else, and then it's gone.
And up it swims.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch.
I know, and well, sort of. So there was a fisherman's catch that came into somewhere, I don't know, another part of the world, and this guy picks up this giant like fish thing, and nobody knew what it was, and this is in like the 1920s or something, and he goes, and some scientist is like, oh my God, you have literally found the Holy Grail. This is a dead one, but we thought this thing went extinct 30 billion years ago, and you actually found one, and so. Over time, people had gone on search of this shark, and they actually found one swimming way fucking below the waters, like way below. And it took a special camera. To your point, they finally got the technology up enough to go seek this son of a bitch out,
Yeah.
and found him.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah,
Why do they care so much? What drives these searches? Government grants? Obviously.
probably. I don't know. Doesn't the science of it that doesn't impress you? I'm so impressed.
Like,
by
yeah,
that
there's.
stuff.
I know sharks down there. Cool. Why do we care if there's this one that's 30? That we thought was extinct, but probably isn't. Like, what did they?
Yeah.
What did they get out of that?
Which means, well, it just basically goes, look at me. We're fucking not as smart as we think we are.
Yeah.
Because you basically went on the day's version of Twitter.
What's it got to do with me?
That's
went-
my question.
Hear ye, the spotted gray belly shark died out 30 million years ago. Thank you very much.
How about we don't make proclamations like that and just
Yeah.
assume there's a bunch of shit down there? That
Go,
we just
oh,
don't
really?
know?
Well, so you've scoured every inch of the ocean floor, so you know for sure that the spotted brown gray bellied shark is fucking gone, huh? Do you? Well, we haven't seen one in a couple weeks, so we assume it went extinct 30 billion years ago. We don't know shit. So I guess I believe in ghosts.
I just think
guess
it's
that's
all-
my overall point. We just we don't have the technology yet to find them.
You never know.
And I feel like all they can do is just go woo, woo. Because like, what are they gonna do? Punch you with
think
their
they're-
cloud hand?
I don't think it's like that, dude. I just think there's good and evil out there, and there's just a lot of unknown physical world versus non.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just how I feel.
I'm kind of with you. I mean, Derek is absolutely convinced that haunted house he went to in New Orleans was no bullshit. No bullshit. I don't know if I believe him, but
He didn't just go to a haunted house. He stayed in a
he
haunted
stayed, yeah, for like
hotel.
Mardi Gras week. Him and his girl at the time went,
I would not do that.
and they said it was they were petrified. I was like,
What, do you
it
remember
just
what
sounds
he
like
said about it? Like what happened?
Deuce is not easily swayed by
No, I
that shit
figured that,
either,
right.
too.
Isn't
You know,
he, like,
he's
really,
really,
really smart?
cynical, and he'd be like, "Fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you, ghost. Yeah, if you're a ghost, come the fuck out here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
let's go.
Yeah, he wouldn't be like, "Oh my god."
challenge him to a bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember what he said? Like,
I'd have
I
to
don't know.
ask him. It's been years, but I know he went there and he came back like, dude.
I think that was
seriously
his statement, dude. Hey, gentlemen, the Hamlin Pub supports the Detroit Cast, so let's make it a point to support them. With locations in Rochester Hills, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 in Shelby Township, you know there's one near you. E, I'm testing you. Where are the locations?
There's Chesterfield, 2 in Shelby Township, Clarkston, and Rochester.
Very good. The Hamlin Pub has great food, ice-cold drinks, tons of craft beers, plasma TVs, games, and great entertainment. Come on by or book your reservation today. Check out hamlinpubs.com.
See, Calvin Johnson's all pissed off.
He is, man.
Lions.
Yeah, what Dave Burkett from the Freep got a hold of him at one of these camps, I
Yeah,
guess.
I
and
guess- yeah,
got
he
to
does-
talking.
He does one of those receiver camps or football camps that a lot of these guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess this all comes down to the contract signing bonus, the initial signing bonus, which is really, really important in the NFL. The NFL contracts are not guaranteed, and so
Money up front is
everything.
Yeah, what your agent is trying to get the whole time, because
Yeah.
you could be done the next play.
Yeah.
And they could cut your ass, but if you get that upfront money,
You're good. So that's why it's so important when guys sign a $30 million deal, $100 million deal with $30 million guaranteed up front. And there's different thoughts on this. You know, they prorate those and they pay them out over time. But a lot of people believe that's for work already done. You know, a lot of people go, okay, this guy's had a great career here with this team. And so if something goes awry and it's time for him to bow out a couple years before the contract's up, if he's one of those guys, we just kind of look the other way and let him keep that bonus. And it sounds like that's what we're dealing with here with Calvin. For instance, Tony Romo leaving the Cowboys, and he's keeping his $5 million signing bonus that they technically could go after him for.
Right.
Marshawn Lynch, something similar. And Jerry Jones calls it the do right rule. The do right rule. And basically it says, it's just kind of an unwritten rule, but if a guy's done enough for your franchise above and beyond what, his contract pay would be, then you just kind of go, yeah, consider it a bonus.
yeah.
And you
So
just
the
write that
classy
off.
thing to do.
Yeah. It's not what the Lions did with Barry Sanders. They
Charles Rogers, they famously went back to get many millions from him.
Yes.
But he had all the drug issues and
Yeah, and you could argue he did not do enough for the franchise
you definitely could argue that.
to deserve that $9 million.
Did you read the expose on him recently?
I think
Somebody,
I did,
from
yeah.
the Freeper News got a hold of him down in Florida,
Florida?
where he's working at some auto shop now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man, that guy's had a tough go.
Yeah. It's hard to feel sorry for guys like that. I mean, obviously you don't want anyone's life to go into the shitter, but there were so many signs that there was trouble. It was probably the worst thing ever to have him stay in Detroit, be
for
drafted
sure.
here.
Yeah, he admits that. Yeah.
Being around all his boys, and
Yep.
that's just never good. You see those entourages, and yeah. So anyway, Calvin's goes back to his signing bonus, and he got in 2012. He got a $3.2 million signing bonus, and when he retired last March, the team he paid the team 1/10 of that value back, which came out to $320,000. So that's what they were entitled to because he hadn't finished the length of his contract. So Calvin, when he left the team, sat down and wrote a check for $320,000 to the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, hey, I think Burkett was asking him about what do you think of the Lions if they retire your jersey next year? And he was like, yeah, I don't really like to talk about the Lions right now.
Ooh.
And everyone's like, what, why? And it's like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I think if you look into some of the details, it's pretty plain and obvious to see. No hard feelings, which is hilarious when someone says no hard feelings after they just shit on you. And it doesn't bother them. I've moved on.
No hard feelings. Yeah.
Whatever. Man.
I don't really want to talk about the jersey thing.
Whatever. And so he's miffed about it. He's pissed. And we saw the Lions do this with Barry Sanders, where he didn't talk to the team for 10 years over shit like that. What do you think?
Was it over shit? Like, Barry Sanders was just a weird dude by all accounts, right?
Yeah.
So I
Very
don't
much
really
so.
chalk that one up. I chalk
Doesn't
that
it
more
seem
up to they just squeezed the football life out of the guy. Like, he didn't love to play football as it was, it seemed. And then, with all the losing, then they didn't re-sign his buddy Kevin Glover, and he was like, screw this.
I'm done. Yeah.
Done. Gonna go talk
Plus-
about abstinence and have a couple kids out of wedlock. I'm out.
Yeah. I don't need this shit. Yeah, his was weird because wasn't he in like London or something when the announcement was made?
Yeah, he did
There
it.
he
Remember
was?
he sent that email or a fax or
Yeah,
something.
I thought he faxed something to the Wichita Times or
Yeah,
some shit.
yeah.
His
Yeah.
hometown newspaper.
Yes. And then his was the day before like the eve of training camp.
Yes.
And in the prime of his
Brutal
career.
timing.
And so you could see why the Lions would be like,
I think you cried that day.
I was gonna say if you remember the
If I remember the story, he cried that day.
I was at basketball
as did many
camp.
people.
Well, I was at basketball camp, and we were doing some drills, and I was wearing a Barry Sanders 2,000-yard shirt, and one of the coaches or whatever at the camp was like, "Yeah, your boy retired today. He quit." And I'm like, "What? You're wrong. No." And I went and made a payphone call to home, and my mom confirmed the news, and I cried.
he cried a lot when he was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Lions? Do you think Calvin, what did he play, 10 years, 9 years?
Something like that, I think.
He didn't
Yeah.
fuck them the way he went out. He early announced that he's, by all accounts, been really good for the franchise, right? Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I guess that amount of money.
$100 million in money he made here.
Yes, he made plenty. For them to claw back $300K, it does seem a little bit petty.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's $300,000. I don't. It's not.
Sometimes
It's certainly
it's
not.
principle things,
It's
of
not. It's
course.
not worth destroying a relationship with one of your franchise's best players.
Yeah.
So if they knew that was going to have the problem that it apparently has, I think they're completely foolish for doing that.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll just assume that they didn't realize it was going to be that big a deal.
Probably just another. It just seems like another time
Business,
though where the
man.
Lions just.
Hey,
seem
it's
so-
business. You're leaving. Okay, we can.
Yeah.
We can understand that, Calvin. You want out? All right. Well, here's the deal.
I would just think
go ahead and
someone-
sign this and.
I would think someone in the meeting would go, guys, remember, it was 1999 when
Meeting? I said a meal.
when Barry Sanders walked out of here, and we did this to him, and it took 10 years for him to talk to us again. Are we really willing to go through that with Calvin Johnson, who's by all accounts a stand-up dude, who played his ass off here? He didn't quit because he didn't like the game
Yeah.
or think we were losers. His body was breaking down.
Without knowing how the conversation went, though, I guess you can't make any assumptions. It could have been management is talking to an agent. The agent's like, "Oh, totally, I get it. Yeah, no, I get it. He's going the year out. We would owe you $310. Is it?
Yeah.
You'd owe us $310. Okay, and then he goes back. He tells Calvin that. Calvin's like, "What? What the fuck,
What?
man?
Motherfucker,
And then there's
please."
never that conversation. There's never that interaction. Who knows?
Yeah.
But if it happened face to face and Calvin's expressing displeasure,
Yeah.
and you're not willing to bend on that 300, then that's a bit much. I
I
think.
think that makes you sound out of touch. Is it possible no one in the league has told them about this famous Jerry Jones do right rule?
Well, I think it just comes down to maybe some people tip, some people don't.
Yeah.
It's just how you view kind of those things.
Maybe it's a subtle thing and it doesn't seem like a big deal. To a guy that made $100 million in salary to write a check for $300,000 is not a big deal. Spend that on a car. It's just not. But when you're looking at franchises that need all the help they can get, no one's dying to come to Detroit and play football. It's those little instances. You read about the Cardinals famously having vending machines in their locker room or locks on the Gatorade thing that you had to buy that shit.
No way.
You had to buy the towels. And then you had franchises like the 49ers in those heydays flying the entire team, family, kids, everything to Hawaii for just a big blowout 2-week party after the season. You know what I mean? And so you look at stuff like that and you see where owners get ahead by just doing it's great PR.
Yeah.
Let Calvin keep $320,000. Who gives a shit? You want him at Lions events going forward. You
Yeah, it's
need
just
him there.
Different philosophy,
Yeah.
Some people are big spenders, other people are looking at the bottom line, just carefully.
Fucking bean counters.
Yeah. Sort of see it both ways. I just wonder how the conversation went, the interaction.
Yeah.
So I think it's really foolish, as I said, if he's expressing like, really, man, 360, and they're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, Calvin, I'll appreciate what you did, but go ahead and write us a check.
Yeah.
It's pretty short-sighted.
Yeah. I agree.
Because they've done a lot more damage to themselves by ruining that relationship than $300K could buy you.
And I know a lot of people are going to say, fuck you, Calvin. You know, you didn't finish out your contract. They have no incentive to keep paying you that. Go, you know, what are you crying about spilt milk now for? You kidding me? You bailed on this team. And they
can see it
collected
that
their.
way.
Yeah. And it's hard to stand up for a guy and go, this is an outrage. Why would you take that from him? It's like, yeah, okay. You know, I get it too. Like, why are we crying about a guy who's worth as much money as he is? Who cares?
It's not that. It's the takeaway is what you explained. The
Yeah.
difference between the Niners just openly flying family and friends out there for a blowout and penny pinching that the Lions have shown
Right.
a propensity to do.
Yes, and those stories that get back to other league players, where do you think they're going to want to play? Are they going to want to go to Dallas, where he, without blinking an eye, batting an eyelash, he's willing to waive $5 million just because you did a lot for our franchise, Tony Romo? No, you didn't, but sure, you know what I mean.
You tried.
Versus Calvin Johnson, who's arguably one of the greatest Lions ever, and you're nickel and diming him. Did you see, Jay, the Ringling Brothers circus?
They're done, huh? As of today?
Yeah,
The
so
circus
now-
is no more.
Yeah.
Wasn't it just the elephants? Was just only like not that long ago, right?
The elephants was a big deal, and there was a big public push to eliminate the elephants because all the torture that was going on
Now
to
this is
them.
just done completely.
And they did eliminate
Yeah.
the elephants, and then shortly thereafter, just I
Didn't
don't
people
think
stop
they were,
coming?
Yeah,
I
they
thought,
weren't.
I thought that's
the
what it
gates were
was.
too small.
When you get rid of the big cats and the elephant, like that's the draw. It's like the monkeys aren't going to draw. They're cute. You want to watch them throw shit on grandma's nose, sure, but you really want to see that fucking big cat,
Dude, to
you
me,
know?
it's the death-defying feats, man. It's
Really?
it's the guys in the motorcycle cage,
yeah.
the damn trapeze people doing crazy shit.
Didn't someone almost die this weekend doing
don't
something
know.
like that?
I don't know.
It was at a different circus, not Ringling Brothers, but someone fell like 40 or 80 feet off something.
Oof.
Trapeze or
Netted?
motorcycle. I don't know. I don't think so. I kind of read it in passing. Sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up. But yeah, the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, 146-year reign comes to an end
It was a good run.
in Uniondale, New York. I believe that's where they started, was in New York, at the Nassau Coliseum. They said declining attendance and high operating costs were why. The circus was on Saturday evening an extravaganza of big cats, motorcycle stunts, clowns performing death-defying acts. Can do without those. Ice skaters, buckets of popcorn, and Mongolian contortionists.
Ah,
They're going after the what's the Vegas show with the contortionists?
Cirque du Sol.
Cirque du-
I don't know how to pronounce
No, you got it.
Cirque du Sol. I don't know how to pronounce it, dude. You know what I'm
Cirque
talking about. I'm not going to do it.
de Soleil.
Yeah, sure. That's one. That one is what my guess was.
Yes, you are correct. E. Cirque du Soleil, isn't that the contortionist
Yes,
thing?
I think so.
Circus spokesman confirmed that homes have been found for the animals that were owned by Ringling, including the tigers, horses, and dromedaries. Not bad, huh? I was
a fan of the circus, man. I've mentioned this before. I've taken my kids to the circus. I've spent money on the circus.
yeah. I don't like circus peanuts.
Oh,
Grossest candy ever.
Dude, I agree with you. They give me
Yeah.
headaches.
Really?
Oh, hate them.
What is it? Is it the texture? Because I was always suckered into getting them because they were big. They were big and Is it marshmallow? Is that what it is?
It's almost like a stale marshmallow or something. They're
Yeah.
chalky.
Chalky. Mhm.
It's not good, Mike.
I haven't. I got to. If I'm being honest, I don't think I've had a circus peanut in many, many years.
No.
I was watching some video of the circus though. As it it was kind of a sad thing. Like, oh wow, this is the end of an era. You know, I mean, back in the day, where that's where weirdos and retards went to make a living.
The yak woman did
Yes.
well there.
The bearded woman who could just sit there and go, look at my beard.
Yeah.
Stroke it a little bit, and they'd make a few dollars, and be able to live a life. And, you get some kid with a fucking, a twin brother hanging off his neck. It's like, the one and a
Hose
half
B.
brothers, Hose B. They could make a living. But watching the Ringling Brothers as they're all closing shop and seeing the video, and I'm with you, dude. The motorcycles whipping around that ball, that giant
The
steel
ball of death, I think.
Yes, it's cool. It's cool, and even the trapeze, I can see kids getting into it. But when I see a fucking giant, gorgeous white tiger like up on its front paws,
I know,
like walking,
I know.
and there's some asshole in
Whipping
fucking
it.
spandex hot pants, you know,
Yeah.
just like
Some
with
guy
a
from
whip,
Eastern Europe for sure.
and then giving him a head of lettuce or something. You're just like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? They brought one guy out. He comes out and he's got the world's biggest pig or something. And this fucking pig is sitting here wearing like Lay's like he's in Hawaii. And
It's pretty big, though, wasn't he?
He was huge. I'll give him that. He was
How about
huge.
the poodle on his hind legs, like bouncing?
Yeah,
Just
they're
bouncing.
I mean, they're pretty cool, but
Yeah.
seeing those guys in skirts, it's like, come on, man.
You put panties on Izzy.
Yeah, but Izzy lives a dog life here. Izzy's not like she doesn't get beaten if she doesn't.
You don't
do that.
know what happens behind scenes there. Maybe they're very loved.
I know, but I there's no scenario or headspace I can get in where I'm like, the tiger probably likes walking on his hand.
I know. It's bad.
On his backhands for meatballs.
It's one of those things that it was coming. This time was coming, just like the Miss USA pageants. We're gonna look back and go, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that probably.
Yeah. Yeah, poor guys. And I wonder like how set up they'll be. You know, because if you remember, didn't like SeaWorld used to tell us that? Like, oh yeah, these things are totally happy. I mean, they, you know, and it's basically like sticking you in a bathtub for your life.
Yeah.
To what they're usually
No, these
swimming
things are
in.
their heads masked for sure.
Yeah.
These cats are going to be put out in some prairie
Sanctuary.
thing or whatever, and they're going to like walk in circles for
Yeah.
the rest of their lives. Yeah, no, they're masked.
Yeah.
Big time.
I mean, you got to feed them. All they know now is like, oh yeah, how do we get steaks every day? I don't know. Some guy in a bucket brings them, and we walk across the floor, and he gives them to us.
They're like on their hind legs, bouncing up to the fence.
They're out there in the wild with other cats who are fucking traipsing across the Serengeti to catch a fucking giant antlered something. And then this guy comes up like
With a bow tie on.
he's got his lei on, and he's fucking doing a shuffle,
Yeah.
a shuck and jive dance, trying to get them to share their fucking rump catch with him. Like, what's the big deal, man? I used to get spotlights and standing ovations for this. These guys don't even care.
That is weird to me. Like, even though I haven't gone and I didn't really like the circus, just the idea of it not being around anymore is bizarre.
Are you saddy?
I'm not sad. But I'm just saying that because I've never even liked it, and I haven't gone in 20 years, maybe. I don't know. But it just is weird that it's just not a thing anymore. The idea of it just not.
If you wanted to go, you felt like you should be able to go.
I could go as an American. It was
Yeah.
all right.
Now you can't.
Animals
But
just
there-
need to be left the fuck alone.
Won't there still be a
That's
free
the bottom
show
line.
though and stuff? Like, won't there still find a way to like? Don't you think something will happen? That,
No,
like,
the shit
people
that'll
that-
be big now is like the Cirque du Soleil, where people are doing
yeah,
death-defying feats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where do you go with the guy that can lift up a cinder block with his balls?
I know. It's
You know,
a small
what does
market.
he do?
It's a small. I know.
You know, where's the next bearded lady go?
You
to
hate to
find
see
find
jobs
a career?
eliminated. You do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe they'll.
I wonder if we
new
could
jobs.
I wonder if we could like. Do you think people would come out to see like extreme midget wrestling or midget tossing if we replace the midgets who have, by all accounts, conscious? They have free will decisions, right? That they can make, whereas the elephant doesn't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So if they wanted to, you think we could swap out like some of the big cats and the elephants for midget wrestling and tossing, and keep the circus going?
Keep the circus. Keep
Well,
that
yeah.
going.
And just put a subhuman
I'm
in,
sure they
in the
thought
place
about
of the
it.
animal. You mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure they thought about that, Mike. I'm sure they considered midget wrestling as opposed
Yeah.
to what you're talking about.
What other things out there make people go ooh?
Parade around fidgets with a whip. Whap, whap. Little fidget starts hopping on his hind legs.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to whip them. Not in public anymore. Anyway, let's take a quick time out as we mourn the circus. It's down to Chinatown after 146 years. I got to show you this video, Jay, of a sea lion who grabs.
I've heard about this. I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you will. It's pretty sweet. And then another Toik issue, kind of a unique twist on that. And so I'll explain that coming up here. And then another, well, we'll get to some of this next. How about that?
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford and Holly and DealsInTheD.com. I have one word for you. Trucks, trucks, trucks. Almost 150. That's how many Zott Ford has available. Yeah, I know, that's way more than one word, but who's counting? More excitingly, lease a new 17 Ford F-150 for just $199 a month. Yes, the #1 selling truck on the planet can be yours for under $200 a month, and you have almost 150 to choose from. Only from your friends at Zott Ford and DealsInTheD.com.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Well, what's he got to do with me?
Welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. And what's that?
I was just going to mention, I think it's funny that this is Hockey Town.
Sure.
You know,
this is Hockey Town. How could you dare say anything else?
Often referred to as such. I mean, it says it on the Red Wings ice.
Yeah.
It's Hockey Town.
Hell yeah, it is.
It's called Hockey Town.
Dude,
so we're big hockey fans, right? Everybody in Detroit.
All acknowledge that we are humongous hockey fans.
We are all humongous, humongous Red Wing fans is what this city is.
No. This is not Red Wings Town, Jay. This is Hockey Town.
Did you know the NHL playoffs are still going on?
I think he was talking
I
to you.
knew they were going on,
Yeah.
of course.
Do you know who's in them? We're down to the Final
I
Four,
know.
gentlemen.
I think
Ottawa?
Yes.
I knew one of them, I think.
Name the Eastern Conference finalists.
Pittsburgh and Ottawa.
Got it.
And then there's two other teams. I did my part.
I didn't know those two teams. The only team I think that I knew was in the playoffs still was Nashville. And I think I was right.
Yeah, Nashville against
That's it.
the Ducks.
Ducks.
all I know.
The Ducks.
The Ducks.
Oh, you
The
got it, Mike.
Ducks.
Speaking of the
Got it.
Ducks,
Just got under the radar there.
did you see that Ryan Getzlaf, who shockingly is still playing?
Sure.
I've not been paying attention. I know he's a really good player or was a really good player. It shocks me that he's still playing at a high level. But anyway, dude got fined $10,000 for a slur, a homophobic slur.
Oh, no. He called someone a faggot, did he?
That's what I figured, dude.
Homo? What will get you that?
I
Faggot,
figured
homo?
faggot. You know, like called somebody in the crowd, you fucking faggot.
Fuck you, faggot.
You know,
or
some guy throws a beer on him or something.
would queer? You fucking queer. Would that count?
That might do it. Homo, faggot, queer. That's what I think when I think homophobic slur.
Yeah.
Dude.
Is fag different than faggot?
I think
Yes,
faggot is way worse.
Yes, dude. To me, like
Really?
to me,
Faggot's worse?
Yeah, to me,
Okay.
it just sounds so much more harsh to me. Like to me, just quit being a fag or like whatever it is. Like, but if you're like you faggot, I don't know what it is to me, but it's always seemed so much more harsh.
He's being a fag versus you fucking faggot.
Yeah,
I guess that does.
The one seems like you're just playfully.
It's usually
kinda-
preceded by fucking, too. You fucking faggot.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
No, dude. And here's the deal. So he's caught on video mouthing the words, I think, fucking cocksucker. But he's not even, there's not even audio of
There's
it.
not a hot mic of it. It's just like the
He's
NBC
mouthing it
cameras caught him
as
or
he gets put into the penalty box. I think he's saying fucking cocksucker to the ref. He gets slapped with a $10,000 fine.
Is that a homophobic slur, calling someone a cocksucker? I don't think it. I love calling people cocksuckers.
I know. You can be anything and be a cocksucker, right? You don't have to be a homo. You can be a chick and be a
Yeah.
cocksucker.
Most chicks are.
Would
The
you
good
ever call-
ones.
Technically, every people's both sexes suck cocks if they're depending on how they do it, right? Gays or straight.
Well putty.
Gay guys suck cocks and girls suck
I
cocks.
think what the rule is, if I called Beth a cocksucker, I think that's okay because technically
It's a heterosexual slur at
it
that
would
point.
be correct. Now, if I called a gay guy a fucking cocksucker and I was using it in a way to be like, aha, that's bad. You're a guy, you shouldn't be a cocksucker. I think that's where you get into trouble.
But how do we know what's in your heart at that moment, Mike?
Yeah. Because I don't care if anybody can suck cocks. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know. It's
surprised
funny to me.
It surprised me
Cocksucking
that
is funny,
cocksucker
but
got in this. Honestly,
Yeah.
because I don't think of it as a homo slur either.
yeah.
Suppose it is if you're directing it to a dude.
Well, do gay people maybe gay
Cocksucker.
maybe gay people need to up their game with hate rants. You know what I mean? Like if they looked at like would a gay guy ever go to another gay guy and go, you're such a pussy eater? Like would that be like something bad that a gay guy could say to another gay guy like, you son of a, how could you dare think that I would want titties or
No,
vagina?
it doesn't work to turn the minority back onto the majority like that. It doesn't
fit?
No, here's the thing though. When I say cocksucker, I'm thinking like asshole. Like I call you're an asshole. I'm not actually like thinking of
a butthole.
A little butthole. Although he does,
sort of, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm a bad example probably in that what
and
you're
I'm not
saying, but I
thinking
know
of
what you
him
mean.
actually sucking a cock. You're a cocksucker. It's just a
Right.
word.
Ah, see, I sort of picture him sucking a cock sometimes, not all the time, because I've done that too. Like, stop being such a cocksucker.
Yeah.
And I don't even think of that as a bad thing. It's more like
Well, like Jay said, it's more
like
just
you
you're
can
being
only
an asshole, you're being a jerk.
I can only call him a dick and a homo so many times before you want to
Yeah.
switch it up a little bit. I'm going to keep using cocksucker. Does anyone have a problem with that?
No, I don't. I don't think it's a homophobic slur. I really don't.
All right. E, do you mind?
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I mean, not
Good.
okay. I mean, I don't. It's a cocks, but I'm okay with you calling me a cocksucker.
Well, I'm not just going to call you a cocksucker. I'm going to call a lot of people cocksuckers.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, you can continue with that.
All right.
Hey, gentlemen, the Listener Business Network. I must mention it. Check it out. It's on DetroitCast.com under the Help the Show tab. The page includes businesses owned by listeners. That's the key. Take a look. It'd be great to support supporters of the show. This is something that's growing over time. It's changing, so make sure you're coming back to it. Most importantly, make sure you're using the businesses and recommending them to families and friends. Today's featured listings are Dustin's Mowing and Grounds. Dustin is actually providing me 7 yards of mulch this week.
Really?
Yes.
Is he the one that hooked me up with the guy he knew?
Yes.
That does lawn service?
He doesn't come out to these parts, but he does service my parts, so he's giving me some mulch.
Hoping he can give me another example of someone who could do some good work for me, because I called that guy and it was expensive as shit.
Well, you are in Franklin.
I know, but that's due.
You're in the 48025. There's certain expectations out here, Mike.
I know, but I've paid a certain amount for many years. I shouldn't have to pay double that now.
Moreover, exquisite kitchen designs. They will create the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams. They also provide sales to contractors directly, and TDC discounts apply. So check these guys out. Again, it's on under the Help the Show tab at DetroitCast.com.
I wonder how much that. I might need to talk to that guy that's doing the mulch and stuff for you.
Dustin?
Yeah, Dustin. Okay. I couldn't remember who you just said. Yeah, Dustin. About some of the work around here. I got to figure out a game plan of sorts. It's not good.
I would suggest going to All Rocks. Like
you might at this point, honestly.
Yeah.
There's certain beds here, landscaping beds, that I think you just like. It's just grass now. Just call it grass.
Yeah, well,
call it greenery.
Well, I did that last year. I took out those 2 giant ones.
You did you?
Well, you know what I mean. I had it done. And just grassed over.
We're finishing our basement. Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you? How you handling all that? You doing the carpentry yourself? Oh no, we're having a guy do it. Yeah, we're just paying a guy.
Having a team come out.
Yeah, we're finishing our basement.
Yeah. Crazy. But I finished.
So you had a lady. Yeah, you had a lady come out and do your yard, right?
Yep, sort of. Yeah. But either way, it was for that exact purpose. That, dude, I can't have these massive fucking beds that I need to.
It's too much to take care of.
It is, dude. It is.
I found myself out there today trying to weed all mine because I've got said mulch coming.
Yeah,
I've got 7 yards of it, as mentioned, and me and my boys are going to have to move that mulch.
Very
we
good.
need a place to put it, so I got to get rid of all my weeds.
I like it. And then make sure you spray them, and then the mulch should keep them out. That's what I'm told, but they never seem to. Partially, but not good enough. I need to talk to Dustin. End of story.
You do.
E, did I hear over the weekend you also were captured on video? Did you know this son of a bitch ran into his nemesis?
Joel.
Arch nemesis.
Really?
His arch nemesis, and it was captured on video.
Yes, I did not.
Your video or his?
His. I don't know why I didn't bring it up.
He didn't know who it was, I don't think.
Well, there was a lot of people. I think it was.
And he might just be saying that to like piss off Joel more. Like, oh, I don't know. I didn't even know who it was.
Well, like, so often am I recognized that I can't remember all the people that come up and know who I am.
Sure.
So, but no, it was later in the evening, I believe, and here I guess I'll just.
Yep, there's Joel.
Joel Facebook Living it.
I think it was just a video.
Okay.
Maybe whatever, 10 seconds. It's pretty quick.
Go ahead.
Playing?
Nope.
I hit.
He's wearing a TDC hat. You didn't know that? He's fucking with E.
I know.
I know.
No,
Joel,
I just
you
don't
son
remember.
of a bitch.
I just don't remember. Honestly, I think at the time there was a lot. It was later in the festival, and there was karaoke going on, and so I think that I don't think he said who he was, and I think I just probably I don't know. I thought a lot of people do. I was singing with other people that I'd never met before in my life, like when they had Journey came on, and the whole tent was singing and stuff. So maybe that's I don't know. But
So I don't think this was a friendly encounter. I think Joel was being a smartass.
Oh, I think so too.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
well, if he was, he was. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump around in a retarded way with a retard.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
This will be ironic and funny. Like
Yeah.
I would be hanging out with the tard here.
Yeah. And it was ironic and funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. looked to me like it was just.
So
two
what'd
fun-loving
you
guys.
sing in
I
karaoke?
can't tell what. No, I didn't. I tried. I did.
You sang along.
I entered the karaoke thing, but my name never got called.
I thought you said
what
you
were
were
you gonna sing?
I was gonna sing a Bowling for Soup song, a '90s like.
Okay,
pop
pull it up.
punk.
Pull it up. We gotta
Man.
see how you would have done this.
Yeah.
You would have represented.
Great call.
No, I
Didn't you practice on
I'm not
Bohemian
doing,
Rhapsody?
I'm not singing now. I'm not singing now, dude. I'm not.
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
I don't know the
Mamma
words to
mia,
that song. Like that. Well, no, there was video. Joel took video of me without me knowing about it during that song, and I do not know the words to that song. I like it, I guess, but I don't know. I can't sing it. I don't know all the words by any.
But you do know this Bowling for Soup song.
So
I know,
pull
but
that
I'm
up.
Not, I'm not singing it, dude, right now.
Pull that up while Mike does the next story, so we have it ready.
I need E as part of the next story. Although, should we talk about Trump doing the Saudi? I know. I've put it off as long as I can.
Yeah, he's on his Middle East trip.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. I was over to Saudi Arabia and King Abdullah Aziz, blah, blah, Bob. Met that son of a bitch at the foot of the steps of his plane.
Is that right?
Yeah. Never did that for Obama. Didn't even show up to it if Obama was there. They said that was a hugely telling moment.
Show of respect.
Yes. That he went out there personally and got Trump from the airport. I mean, he didn't drive there himself and pick him up from the airport and wait at baggage for him or anything like that. But he still showed up. And this weekend it was so funny. They kept showing video of like Obama meeting him and like bowing. And Trump's like, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not bowing."
He bowed at one point, and everybody got upset. Right? He received some sort of medal or medallion or necklace type thing.
It's the biggest honor that a citizen can get as far as the Saudi government goes. It's the biggest thing. It's their version of whatever medal.
Yeah.
It's the highest honor in the land.
Bestowed by the House of Saud.
Exactly. And so, the King Abdulaziz Bob is a wee dude, and Trump's like 6'2".
You got to bend over to have him put a necklace on you.
I think it'd be rude if you made him
Make him like
jump
toss
off.
it.
Yeah, or do ring toss with this thing onto Trump's head. So he didn't bow, he more curtsied.
He curtsied.
He didn't curtsy, but he didn't bow like that. He just kind of like, I'm not bowing.
Yeah.
I'm curtsying a little bit.
Just tried to get lower.
Here's all the neck you need right here. All the neck you need is right there.
I don't know. I kind of saw a bow.
Did you? Not like Obama, who was basically touching his toes.
Yeah.
Kiss the ring. Anyway, it's a whole thing. He's on like this 9-day trip. I think he's going to Israel. I think he's going to see the Pope.
Yeah, I listened to his speech today. It was one of, we got to unify against terrorism. And
Yeah.
no matter whether we're Muslim, Jewish, Christian, whatever. It's a good message to send.
He was addressing global Islamic extremism, and the way things are worded, I guess, saying how you word it is really important. And he didn't go out. He didn't go out and say like the harshest thing like he would on the campaign trail. He was a little more respectful than that.
All right, we have the video. Let's see what he did. All right. He's taller. He is taller.
By a lot.
I was thinking, do I make him play ring toss? No, I don't.
See?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to bow, dude.
You're right.
It's a badass rope, dude.
Fuck yes.
Wouldn't you want one of those? It's no key to the city, but damn, dude.
Mr. T. No, you're right. I think he consciously did not want to bow. He tried to just lower himself.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Fits very good.
Got it. The ladies did not wear the shit on their heads.
Right.
Which is important. And I guess from what I understand, and I certainly am no expert, but the family of Saud is in a really tough spot because they're way more aligned with values over here. And like, dude, if you don't want to wear a fucking headscarf, don't wear a headscarf. But there's just so many factions and sects around the Middle East that don't get along, and they have to be careful. They can't just like publicly declare like women should drive or women don't have to wear these headscarves, because you can really, really piss off a whole fucking group of
they didn't go the human rights angle, which
Yeah.
the left is really pushing hard on.
which is hilarious when you read stories about that. The human rights violations,
Yeah.
the amusement park stuff we were reading.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable story.
Learning how to drive in bumper cars.
Fuck.
Putting curtains up so no man can see in there as they're dressed down and like normal people.
So they think if they crank a car steering wheel hard to the right, just all the way around, that they'll go in reverse.
Yeah, that's the fear.
That's the takeaway.
and they're going to be freaked out when they find out that there's more than one pedal on a.
You're gonna be freaked out when that turn just takes you into the house.
Yeah,
and doesn't.
Never
going to
see it coming.
No.
So basically, he was saying, and again, this is all just talk, unless anything's actually done about it. But he said that we must scare would-be terrorists into submission, warning them about the impact of suicide bombings will have on their immortal souls. They're not going to want to hear that. Barbarism will deliver you no glory. Piety to evil will bring you no dignity. If you choose the path of terror, your life will be empty, your life will be brief, and your soul will be fully condemned. Heroes don't kill innocents, they save them. The president urged the 55 world leaders from the Arab and Muslim nations to drive out terrorists from every corner of their lives, including the mosques. Drive them out. Drive them out of your places of worship. Drive them out of your communities. Drive them out of your holy lands, and drive them out of this earth. Strong words there. What you think?
Yeah, and he said, this is a fight good against evil.
Yeah, yep.
And really didn't make any bones about it. I mean, he was just very plain.
Yeah.
In that.
And then he signed some deal with them too, where they're going to spend a few $100 billion here with our country in an arms deal to help give them more capabilities, because Iran has been built up. This is why Saudi Arabia is really on Team America's side right now, because having a really strong Iran is not good for the region. And so they need to get their arms built up, and so they're spending a shitload of money on them, from us tanks and planes and stuff like that. I always think it's weird when the customs that people think are so important, when presidents and kings go to different lands, and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a sword dance now, and now you got Donald Trump like holding a sword doing some weird fucking hop dance, and you're like,
this is one of the things we most looked forward to when he was elected. Remember that? We're gonna have 4 years of him just in these uncomfortable, strange situations, looking like an ass,
That one in particular,
wearing
though,
a kimono and
I don't know. Like, is that something where when those guys come here, you put them in a Dodgers jacket? Like, is that the equivalent?
a shiny satin Dodgers jacket?
Yeah.
Yes, maybe.
And you make him take off that ringed fucking hat thing and put on a Dodgers cap or something. Much. It is?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so weird. And then the dance, like, do we make them, like, do the hokey pokey when they come here? You know what I mean? Like,
Mike, I've been in this situation, as you know. I had an Armenian wedding.
Yeah, but why didn't you just go,
into the wedding
I'm not Armenian, guys. I'm going to sit this one out. You guys got this.
Well, that's one way to do it.
There's a lot of pressure on you guys in that moment, though, because you didn't back down either.
Or you grab the napkin and go.
But I would fear that you'd run the risk of being more insulting. Like, can you believe Jay picked up a random napkin?
Yeah.
How insulting to Armenians worldwide. He just did he did some weird...
And then he did the Axl Rose Serpentine. What the hell was that?
I blame them for not going, look, Jay, the one thing you don't want to do, you never want to lift a napkin over your head. It's very disrespectful in this country, and you really dropped the ball.
No, it was well received. Okay, my dance was well received.
Yeah.
I don't know how Trump's was, but...
Well, it just looked weird and out of place. And I heard some people going, boy, we're really surprised that the Secret Service would let Donald Trump and 10 people on either side of him hold giant swords and dance. That's like Elvis walking into the White House with a gun.
Yeah.
At any point, someone could have just gone, taking him down to Chinatown. And then did you hear the big faux pas he made?
No.
I don't know if this is survivable, dude. Sounds like he drank tea using his right hand on the cup. And when eating or drinking, I might have my hands mixed up. You're only supposed to use the left hand. I don't know if this is like your wiping hand.
Probably something like that. One is unclean. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he apparently drank with his right hand on the tea. And was like, he wipes with that hand.
Man, so many little rules.
I know. I would blame my guys, though.
Can you imagine him being brief? That's the thing that you hear about him and intelligence is that I heard that intelligence organizations, in order to get him to read shit, they're putting his name strategically in the reports because he'll read if he sees his name.
Oh, my God.
If he doesn't see his own name, he just glosses, goes, yep, got it. Just throws it back at him. But if they put President Trump, President Trump, President Trump, every 3 lines, like, let me read here.
Let me see what they're saying about me.
Yeah.
Dude,
can you imagine this guy being
incredible.
handed? I know. You imagine this guy being handed bullet points about how to eat in Saudi Arabia. Got it.
Yep, got it. I know how to use a fork, fuck faces.
Oh my God.
That is incredible to hear. If there's any smidgen of truth to that, and I know there is because I've read the stories too about him needing like they've got this 40-page dossier of stuff for him, and it's like bullet points, cliff notes.
He wants graphs too. He wants graphs and bullet points. No
Really?
shit.
Dude, don't we all?
Right, but that's probably what he's used to in the business world. You know, just boil it down to the numbers. I want to see the numbers, see where we
Yeah.
are today, and then move on from there.
Yeah,
and they're
but
like, yeah, this is really, really concerning, very specific information you have to digest.
Yeah.
And he just wants to gloss it.
Bullet point me.
Right, the Middle East, it's a problem. Got it.
Got it. Who hates you
Terrorism.
and why? Why can't they figure this out? I'm going to go over there and make them kiss and make up. Easy. That's what I do. I make things work. Can I get you guys to kiss and make up?
Oh my God.
Dude, that bullet point thing is so disturbing to
Look
me.
it up,
It's-
man.
I
This
know,
is
I
a
know.
report last week.
I know. I saw the bullet point one, and it was like, dude, you do understand that you can't bullet point national security.
You can bullet point anything.
I know you can, but if you're the guy signing off on these things, it's the difference between not understanding fully.
If he wants it not in paragraph form and just bullet point every sentence.
You can't
And
bullet
put
point.
President Trump
80
at the
pages.
beginning of every one.
80 pages of just bullet points.
That's so funny, man. So funny. You know what? I'm going to save some of these stories for tomorrow, Jay. But Roger Ailes, still dead.
Mm-hmm.
They put him in the ground over the weekend.
Okay.
I guess yesterday. And feel bad for his family.
That was a tough one for Fox News to handle. Did you chime into Fox News at all
I
over the
did.
weekend and hear them try to kind of struggle with that?
Yeah. It was
dichotomy?
interesting to watch both CNN and Fox News
Yeah.
cover because CNN could not help but almost firstly announcing like, oh yeah, the guy that was totally inappropriate and sexually harassed everyone in the office. Like that's how they handled the story. And then Fox News, I noticed the exact same thing where it was like they went between crying and telling stories
Yeah.
of what this guy meant to him, all while this elephant in the room is hanging there like. And I started seeing them go, when he went out, it was, it was contentious, and it was,
Yeah.
there were some issues there, but
sort of like an old racist grandpa. You know, you loved your
Yeah.
grandpa, you had great memories of him, but God damn it, he was a racist.
yeah, at times, yeah.
Well, talking to
Mike. I am talking to Mike specifically.
No, that's not fair. It's not fair to just whittle his whole life down. Look, he went to fight.
He was
You
a
know what I
great
mean?
man.
He's a great man, and he just never got over the fact that the Japanese were at war with him. And dude, there's no way I could like shake hands and be cool. If ISIS guys were lined up on our golf course to tee off, I might make them sit there and fucking wait 3 hours too. Savage assholes.
Solid point, actually.
So Roger Ailes' teenage kid Zachary,
Teenage kid.
yeah, a 17-year-old.
How old's his wife?
I think she's 23. No, I don't know. I don't even know who his wife is. But yeah, he spoke to mourners gathered at the St. Edward Roman Catholic Church in Palm Beach, Florida. And he said this at the funeral. I want all the people who betrayed my father to know that I'm coming after them, and hell is coming with me.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
He did not say that.
He said, and I quote, I want all the people who betrayed my father to know that I'm coming after them, and hell is coming with me.
Wow.
First off, does he really know hell? That seems like a hollow threat at best.
Like, come on, man. Go enjoy your millions. Your dad probably left you $100 million. Just chill
Dude,
out, my man.
The last thing Fox News, or 21st Century Fox and the Murdochs did was gave him a $40 million golden parachute to just leave. They
Gotta
said,
believe he had something banked.
So he gets this $40 million payout. His son is believed to be likely to inherit the entire fortune left behind from him.
She was like 57, it looks like, ish.
That's
Wow,
fair.
They're both old when they had him. She's the mother of that kid?
She would have been 40.
She's 40. He's 60.
Yeah.
Doing having a kid.
That's fair, though. 57 and 77. For a 77-year-old billionaire, multimillionaire.
Yes, it is fair. I'm just wondering about the kid,
Yeah.
man. What are they doing?
Probably got tired of just dealing with each other and figured,
Maybe.
fuck it, let's... I don't have a problem with that either. If
I
you
think
got
you're
that much
risking
money,
Mongolism, though. When you go into your 40s, are you not? Doesn't your chance of having a Mongoloid like skyrocket?
yeah, oh yeah, bigly. But But you could always start over again. And
always abort it.
yeah, you can always cut that thing
Have
loose.
the
and-
amnio and it's a mongoloid.
Oh shit! It's got 3
Choke it
eyes.
out.
Oh damn it!
Suck its brain out.
Yeah, vacuum it out. But I don't. With that kind of money, it's like who was it? The Rolling Stones just had a kid. Like
Keith Richards.
no, not Keith.
Ronnie Wood.
No, lead singer, Rolling Stones.
Oh, Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
I thought Ronnie Wood just had one.
Maybe he did too. But Mick just had one at like 73 or something, 74.
Charlie. Even every
Charlie Watts.
So
Brian Jones. No, he's dead.
Damn it! Who else is in the Rolling Stones? I just
I can't think of every member except the one. You know, the guy that sings.
sure. I can picture him.
Man. 73, and his girlfriend, who's 23, apparently.
What are you doing, Mick?
Yeah. But
Are you
I
just
think
proving it at that point? Like, yep, still vital.
maybe, or you're trying to give some young chick who wants to be a mom, you know, something to play with. You know, something to do, so she feels like she's got a worth too. I mean,
Great point.
You're in the Rolling Stones. You've got all that going for you. You've already got 20 other kids. I don't have one. It's like, fine, blow a load into her.
He wants to change the subject for her so he can go philander.
Maybe. But I don't have a problem with that because it's like, whatever, dude. If he dies at 74, his kid's hooked. His kid's a
You
billionaire.
have your father. You don't have, come on, Mike.
Dude,
Fathers
all right.
are important.
Would you rather have your father or $1 billion?
My father.
Why did you wink? Did you something stuck in your eye? Why you winked? $1 billion or your father?
Taking $1 billion.
He's taking 10K. Are you kidding me?
No, not 10K.
You're a
We've been
fucking-
through this.
That was a test, gentlemen. Of course you take your father. You're a monster.
Sorry.
But if it had to go down like that, would you rather your dad was in a gang and shot dead at 25 and left you absolutely nothing, or Mick Jagger, who leaves you $1
course,
billion?
it's- Right, that's great. But the dude, no question, is going to be dead in 6 years. I mean, he is.
You think so? I'll take that bet.
Wow,
Jagger makes
we're
it.
gonna bet?
Jagger makes it past 80.
I say,
Yeah, he's in pretty good shape, isn't he?
I'm going to take Jagger crosses the 80-year-old finish line. You want to go against that?
I see no reason why he wouldn't.
What if I gave you odds?
Yeah, give me odds.
1.5 to 1.
Nope.
So $150 pays out 100.
Nope. 5 to 1.
5 to 1.
Yeah.
You're the one that said
You
it a
just-
second ago.
We all agreed he's in fabulous shape. Look at the guy.
All right,
You seen
you're
him shake his hips? I
impossible.
saw it last week.
You're impossible. You know the
Give me
odds.
5 to 1.
I'm not giving you 5 to 1, dude. He's already lived past the normal age of adult. He's on borrowed time now.
No,
I was
guy's
thinking you'd give
the guy's
me
in
5 to
unbelievable
1.
shape. No.
It's around Keith Richards too. That can't be good for your health.
Who dies first?
Keith or,
Keith or Mick? How old is Keith? Around the same?
I think so. Yeah.
God, I gotta believe Keith dies first, but everybody has believed Keith would die in the last, every year for the last 40 years.
They've been planning his funeral for 50 years.
The man's a cucaracha.
He's 73 too, Keith Richards.
He's 73 and Jagger's 74. They're both 73 and 74, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought, you know what, dude? Well, when that article I pulled up about Jagger didn't say he had a kid at 73, so I guess that's why.
Right.
Oh, it did, didn't it?
Yes, it did, which is a
Chris
year
Swartz
ago.
at
He-
74.
Yeah, a year ago he had a kid at 73.
I didn't realize.
That's how that played out.
It was a year ago.
And Charlie Watts died 20 years ago. I know he's still playing with the band, but I'm pretty sure he died 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just a muppet at this point.
Yeah. He looks hilarious back there.
Yeah, with his old style.
Yeah. All right, how we doing for
We do have some email, Mike.
What do we got?
I'd like to start with Don, if I may.
Sure.
Morning, sailors. And hearing about Chris Cornell passing, it reminds me of the only
Sailors?
time... Sailors.
All right. Sure.
Never been called sailors. Reminds me of the only time I saw him at Lollapalooza, 1992. They were so loud that they rivaled Ministry's ear-splitting set. It was the best time. So many up-and-coming bands debuted just as they exploded into popularity. Got to see Eddie Vedder walking along Pine Knob's lawn checking out the scene. Well, until people noticed and the poor dude had to make a break for it because a herd of fans started chasing him. Imagine that dude just wandering out. Whoa, check it out.
Somebody was wearing like the German war helmet, wandering around the lawn. He used to do that a lot, take pictures and stuff.
Also, rehearing the Dick DeFleur Silicon Valley formulas is friggin' hilarious. Love the damn show. Keep working it, and for God's sake, put a doggy cone of shame on Big E so he stops all the inappropriate touching of himself. Don B, Stan Berta member, but I still don't understand the name. Don't understand Stan Berta.
Wow.
How long you been around, Don?
Yeah.
Stan Berta is my fictional deposition character.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy that every deposition I took as a lawyer, I would ask the deponent, do you know a person named Stan Berta? Just for fun.
Just for fun, for no reason, and it's documented in the legal papers. If you look at the
pull
transcript.
up any transcript of a deposition I did over a 12-year period, and every one of them, I could look in the index, Berta, B-I-R-D-A, or I could look up Stan.
Yeah.
And it would show me what page that was on.
It's so funny to hear like some of the subject matter at the time, because it wouldn't be just like right out of the gate. Do you know a man named Stan Berta?
No. It was in the heart of it. You know, what is the basis for your allegation of sexual harassment? I want you to tell me right now.
Wasn't there one where some lady was getting banged in her ass by her something, and then for some reason, right around in the middle of this deposition of her getting fucked in her ass, and I believe "fucked in the ass" were like part of the quotes.
Yes. I just had to reset. Sometimes you just have to reset.
Do you know
a person named Stan Berta?
Was she one of the ones that went?
Didn't she almost
I think
admit
so.
it, or-
Didn't she kind of like?
Many of them have many of them have thought. Yes, that lady thought it was a she. Yes, I knew her.
Yes,
I knew her. Stanley Berta. I'm like, you knew her, did ya?
Did anyone ask like, hey, can I rewind 3 minutes? Why did you ask me about that Stan Berta thing?
No, no one's
like,
ever.
Because there's no follow-up from you. Like, are you sure you don't know Stan Berta?
You can ask him anything you want, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's spectacular. What was his other point? What else was Don
the
saying?
doggy cone. Put a doggy cone around you.
Yeah.
I think that might be a good idea. Maybe something with his hands, like Chinese finger cuffs or whatever.
Yeah.
You do that because it's insane how many times he reaches down his pants. It really is.
Beth came over this weekend, and she was like right when she walked in the door, she was like, I am so with Jay on this one. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, E with his hands down his pants. It's fucking disgusting. And I was like, well, I was trying to like just put up an argument with her. And I was like, well, I mean, whatever. They're just germs. And she's like, no.
It's bacteria, dude.
No,
it's all
they
over
are
the
not
place.
just germs. And it's fucking gross. And every time she walks in the door, the first thing she does, she walks in through the garage and she goes to the little bathroom upstairs and she closes the door. It's not to be entered when she's in this house because that's the room he jacked off in, and she cannot look in that bathroom. Can't even look in there. I'm like, you realize it's been cleaned and bleached like 12 times since that was announced. And she's like, I don't care. Burn it down.
That's the only room we know that he jacked off in.
Right.
Did not do it anywhere else, but whatever.
Edmundo writes in, that son of a bitch. Sometimes Big E says something somewhat offhand that requires further investigation. This time it led me to my current favorite story in American history. When he mentioned that Arlington Cemetery was built on Robert E. Lee's land,
Oh, no.
I thought it would be funny if that was true, but thought it was likely just an urban legend. Turns out not only was he right, but it was done with more hate and disdain than I could have ever imagined. Lee resigned as a Union soldier and defected when Virginia seceded from the Union. The Union Army crossed almost immediately occupied the beloved property Lee's wife Mary inherited from George Washington
true.
Parke Custis, her father and the step-grandson of George Washington. Shortly thereafter, the government seized the property for what sounds like a made-up tax debt of $92.07. The bitter military men that had known Lee were aware the Lee family was likely to win the property back in court. So despising Lee, they decided that all the dead soldiers his Benedict Arnold ways had caused should be buried on his property as a reminder.
Wow.
To make it as unpleasant as possible for any Lee to ever reside in the manor again, they ordered bodies to be buried as close to the mansion as possible. Thousands more were buried there in the following years. The Union also set aside some of Lee's land for Freedman's Village, a model community for emancipated freed and fugitive slaves. Eventually, the Supreme Court ruled the land had been taken without due process and ordered it returned to the Lees in its previous condition.
Oh.
Instead, Lee's family sold it to the government so the tens of thousands of graves would not have to be dug up.
Wow.
Jesus.
I wonder what they sold it for.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Got them by the balls at that point,
Sure
right?
do.
Like,
Yeah.
look, we won't make you dig up all these people, but
Did you happen to mention like what years we're talking about when they sold it back to the government? We don't. I mean,
No.
was that recently or
no, I think
Way
it
It
was,
would have
I
been
think it was
pretty
close
It's
in
been
time.
a while because it's been Arlington Cemetery for a while.
It sounds like it was very close in time to the taking of it.
Oh, okay. Nice job, E.
Because I've been those places. That's the only reason I know any level of American history is because of my family vacations back in the day.
Adam writes in concerning the pro period runner. I've been traveling and have gotten a few episodes behind. Through my travels, I have had some time to mull over the pro period runner and recent claims about running. I have the great displeasure to return to where living is a vacation in September for a wedding. Displeasure? Not that I have anything against Lake Orion, says Adam. The bride is really annoying, and my wife is a bridesmaid, though. I still want to race the retard, even if it is only 1 mile, but I know he will accept, but ultimately refuse to race me head-to-head. So again, for any new listeners, this is Adam, who challenged Big E to a race, a marathon in Vegas, right?
Yep.
That was 2 years ago, and he, I think, was going to pay for Big E's airfare, hotel.
Yes.
And he just wanted to race Big E.
But if E lost, he had to take a dildo in his ass?
Something like that.
Yeah. But if he won, wasn't he going to buy E like a brand new bike? He was going to buy you a new bike. That's right.
This is the dude who owns a bike shop that, like, high-end bikes. I mean, we're talking like $4,000 to $10,000 bikes are regularly sold from this place.
Lots of banana
So I was
seats.
very, very much looking forward to this race.
Yes.
Very much looking forward.
And you were-
I was
dude, you
going
were
to train.
training E,
Yes, I was
that's
going to
right.
train E to do it.
Yeah.
And then E backed out for some damn EDM thing. Was it? In the end,
That's not what I
What
meant
was
out
it?
for.
He was out of shape, and he didn't have time to dedicate to getting in shape because he wanted to make the show great.
Yeah, that was it. I was going to make the show great again.
Yeah. Right? Am I right? That's what you were doing?
I was working at ZOT still at the time, and I was doing this, and I just was like, you know what? I don't have time to train for a marathon.
All right, so here's Adam's point. I still want to race the retard, even if it's only a mile, but I know he will accept and ultimately refuse. So I propose a relay. I would be willing to put you and E, meaning me and E, against Adam and Mr. Walters.
Oh, fuck you.
Or whatever teams you'd like to create. I just want to run anchor against E. I will personally donate $100 if his team can beat mine. All right, there it is. It's
No.
me and E.
There's got to be incentive for me to win, and $100 is not incentive. I want one of these fancy new bikes. Jay's going to need a new bike. E's going to need lunch.
He's going to need a dildo up his ass.
All
That
right.
never happened.
That's fine. I'm
Never happened
okay
as
with
planned.
that. Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
a
don't-
fair
dude,
team.
I don't wanna-
Dude, his signature block he's like a triathlon trainer, dude.
Yeah, but so are you.
Oh yeah, right.
See the guns on this guy?
Because I can go run 3 miles. All of a sudden, I'm a triathlete.
Yeah.
Team MPI, USAT level certified coach, Ironman certified coach, VFS master fitter. That sounds important to me.
Sure, it does to me too. How about this? We can set our own how far we have to go before the relay is done. So if I could do like 50 feet and then hit the relay and let him
Then
go.
he takes it.
Yeah. And then we both get bikes if he wins, and E has to eat dog shit and sit on the dildo if he loses.
I don't understand what you're.
E, I will be out in front, right? So I can get the lead for you.
So,
Okay, because I'm going to start against Mike.
I guess. I don't know
Mike, you
what's
got to
happening.
run at least 1 lap.
Of what? Are we just talking about the track?
Yeah, we're just going to run a track. We're going to run a mile. So 2 laps, dude. You can do this, Mike.
Dude, 2 laps?
Yes.
Fuck you. No, I can't do that. I'll do 1 lap. Maybe 1 lap.
You can run 1. We'll start together. So I'll get a little bit of a lead.
And you'll lap me. And so my partner's got to do 3 laps to ease 2
Yes.
after you lap me once?
I'm going to lap you in 1 lap. Come on,
Shit,
man.
yes. You'll probably lap me twice in 1 lap.
That sounds like a deal, right? You can do that. 1 lap, Mike.
Is this in September too?
When is this? Yeah, do I have
in
time to
September?
train for this marathon you're making
This
me
is
run?
in September.
So you have, only like 3 months to
3
train.
months, dude.
4 months to train for a 1 lapper on the track.
Trying to think if I have the proper
A
tools.
400-meter run.
Do I have the proper tools? I will need my tennis shoes. I will need You're the best around soundtrack.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. And I'm gonna need an old Sony yellow Walkman.
No, you need those big ass cans.
No, not
like
with the
my
antenna.
dad used to mow the lawn in.
With the dial on the ear.
Yeah.
No, I want my old Sony yellow Walkman. Put a cassette in. The best around.
You can make that happen.
Ever keep you down.
Noel writes in. Of course, this is Noel of the worst of. Brain rot, brain dead, and the brain. Boy, do I have a story for you. I knew of this earlier when you guys did the interview about the Jonestown book, but I had to get some facts straight before sending the email. This may sound like bullshit, but I swear my mom has told me about this several times. Apparently, my mother's cousin, Grace, was actually in Jim Jones' presence and very much a part of the Jonestown cult.
Really?
Ooh. She lived in Cali at the time and somehow got wrapped up in it all. She went there with the promise of a new religion, a new lifestyle. I think it was her and her husband that went there, or she met someone there. But either way, she ended up with a son while there. She was with them in Cali and fled with them to Guyana. After realizing what was going on, she had her chance to flee and come back to the States, leaving her son behind. Apparently, she was one of the keys in informing Congressman Ryan about the situation over there, and it prompted him to visit, which would ultimately be his demise.
Yep.
She never went back and never got to see her son again because they kept him. He's likely dead, but he could be out there somewhere with a different identity. She's actually featured in an interview in one of the documentaries about Jonestown. I'll do some research and find out what it was called. Another cousin, one I am closer to, almost went over there with her because he was getting into trouble and wanted to leave the country. He ended up going to the Navy and is now a retired naval captain. Good choice. That shit is crazy. I definitely want to get that book and to see if she is mentioned at all. Raise the glass and drink it down.
What was her name?
Grace something or other. But
well,
I think there's a big fat index in that book.
Yeah,
we could look her up, man.
For sure.
Noel, send us the last name.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to someone like that was there. You know.
Yeah. Jug writes in concerning clam. His prior email suggested that he should be drowning in clam, quote unquote, as we speak. King, cult leader, and Downey Extra Soft. I do believe my last email was misunderstood. E was very dismissive off the bat, which leads me to believe there's many more layers to this onion. Did E run into a vag similar to the Sarlacc pit? Did some hooker blue waffle E as a teenager? He needs to come out with the real issue behind his fear of the vajayjay, so we can help him achieve his ultimate goal of being perpetually neck-deep in pussy. Great show, Jug.
Thank you, Jug.
There's no deeper issue. I don't know.
There's something there.
Well, of course, there's something there.
Yeah.
It's a mom thing. It's a mom thing.
Maybe. I'm being totally serious. I would really love to talk to a psychologist or a therapist that specializes in
Again, not
retardation.
to fix the retard.
No,
just
no.
to better understand him.
Just like what would make someone like hate vagine, like to the point that if they had to be pissed on, they'd rather a dong was pissing on them. Like there's got to be something there where they can go, oh yeah, these people were
right.
You know, his butthole was probably fingered like round the clock every day when he was growing up for 5 years. Now he's just afraid of holes. And
That's
he takes it out on the
ridiculous,
vagine.
dude.
I don't know, but it could be something you blocked out, dude.
I know, but I really don't.
Tamped
I don't
it
need to
down.
be saying that about I was not touched by my parents. Like,
I didn't say it was your mom doing it every day.
I'm the one who said it was a mother issue, but we didn't connect the two. I'm not saying. Hi, Mrs. Fady, by the way. I'm not saying you stroked his butthole.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it might have been like a mom dominance type thing.
Yeah.
He's now rejecting it. He's pushing back, rebelling.
Yeah.
Or you could be right that there could have been some daily butthole touching.
Yeah, I imagine he went to church a lot when he was young. Could have been someone at the church. Could have been an uncle.
Could have been.
We don't know, and that's why I'm interested to talk to a therapist at some point. But again, it's very critical. We don't want to fix him. We're not looking to
That's
fix
the trick
anything.
here.
Yeah.
You need to find just the right therapist.
Yeah.
Just an analysis.
Yeah.
Maybe a written report, but no fixing.
No fixing at all. Oh, yeah. You know what? Turns out we just need to tweak one thing here and
No,
put him on this pill.
No.
But we can make him perfect.
No.
There's a great brain locked away in there. We've just got to unlock it. Nah, we're not interested, Doc. Thank you. Good day, sir. No, I said good day, sir.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow, man.
All right. I'll show you the sea lion video tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I want to see it.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us today. As we get started with a new week, we'll do it again tomorrow, and we'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.